Hey everybody, welcome or welcome back. My name is Monique. Welcome to Medora Budgets. I'd like to thank anybody who's liked or commented on any of my videos, especially those that have chosen to subscribe to my channel. Truly started this as a way to hold myself accountable, but I understand, recognize, and appreciate the community as a whole. If you are rocking with me on this journey, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you haven't made up your mind yet, sit with me for a spell. At the end of this video, if it's content you find valuable or enjoyable, please feel free to subscribe. It's myself and Sweets, married with a whole bunch of kids, trying to figure out our future family and finances so the decisions we're making now won't negatively impact us in the future. Today is Monday, August the 4th. Yes, there you go. And you're going to see this video on Tuesday. We are here to do a transfer Tuesday, so let's get it. Let's go. Okay, you guys know that I've already talked about the fact that I have moved back to a paper planner for my budget and for a lot of the things that I used to do in my iPad mini, but I still do have my iPad Pro that I like to sync up with. So, you know, July is a wash. I had the reunion and other things going on. I really haven't kept up with anything. I don't think I even did a budget with me during the month of July. I could be wrong on that, but I do know that I have been off track. So I'm going to use the month of August to get back on track, to reset, to figure out exactly how I'm going to maneuver things, because I am going to be using still the dual system. Although the majority of the stuff that I will be doing is in paper planning, there is a need for me for digital planning as well. This is where I get my efficiency. This is where I get my why. So that's how it works for me. Writing everything out helps me to relate to it more and kind of humanizes those things that I need to do, especially journaling and other tasks. The digital part of it does create the efficiencies that I need, and having everything kind of in one place instead of having multiple places. So I got to just figure all of that out. I'm going to take August to do that. Then we'll be back ready to get started again with whatever my new approach is going to be come September. Now, with that said, I have moved into the paper planner. This is a personal ring size. I am using inserts that I already have from Cloth and Paper, Hayru Plans, and some other content creators, or some other creators, not content, but creators as well. So I have not even used Big Bertha, y'all. I moved to Little BB instead of Big Bertha. Okay, so used to have Big Bertha, the big monthly overview calendar. Now I've got BB. She's doing the same thing. I write in all of my bills for the month, and I'm just going through and checking those off. So I only have one more bill that needs to clear, and that's Nelnet for this last paycheck cycle. I get paid again on the 8th. And so I will, once this Nelnet clears, I'll know how much money I have left over as far as my rollover is concerned, both in YNAB as well as the bills and variable accounts that I have. That's the help that I need in order to create the budget with me. There will be a budget with me for the paycheck that I will receive on August the 8th. So I'm just waiting for this Nelnet to clear, and then we're going to start, trying to get ourselves back on track. I, for the past week, tracked from 728 to 82, and we talked about that already in a previous video. And when I did all of that tracking, came out with the numbers, and I knew that I needed to transfer at least $288.38. Well, I did not do the transfer Tuesday though on that day when I loaded that video, and that was Saturday. So I had some expenses on Saturday 8.2, and I also had some expenses on Sunday 8.3 that have already cleared. Today is Monday 8.4. And so when I say that they have cleared, these 8.2 and 8.3 are already listed on YNAB. And when I categorized them and they were approved because the amounts were accurate, it automatically removed the money from those particular digital envelopes, and it put it into the Chase Freedom bucket that says for payment. So in order for my numbers to match up for this transfer Tuesday, I had to extend the week from 8.2 through to 8.3 to make sure that I could have all of those expenses covered. And I am starting my new process of writing in all of the bills. And the more I look at this, the more I love the 0.7 tip, because it's bolder and it's easier for you guys to read. I don't know, y'all. I might be moving back again. Gosh, I cannot make up my mind. But at any rate, here I was writing in all of these bills. So these are all of the places or the things that I did as far as transactions on this past Sunday. You know what? Let me talk about this Saturday first. So on Saturday, we'll come in. All right. So on Saturday, we had Tidal Wave came out. That's the subscription that I have for cleaning the car at $23.97. I went to Beals and spent $26.73 on a couple of tops that I needed to get for the colors we needed to wear at church on Sunday. Kroger food for $63.12. That was for dinner. And some other things that we needed for that Saturday. I got gas for $29.34. This Target was for home supplies, and that was $33.03. That came out of the homes category. So all of those were for Saturday. And then for Sunday, I'm going to skip this Kindle one. Starbucks, I didn't have to get some coffee, but I really did have to get coffee. I had a gift card for part of the money. I only had to spend $2.33. McDonald's for my youngest when I was taking her to work, that was $5.76. We went to eat out at La Hacienda, and when I say we, I mean my book club. We meet once a month, and this is where we had our meeting at, a Mexican restaurant, and that was $51 for me. And then Sweets was a little jealous, so when he when he got here on Sunday evening, we went out to Taco Mac and got food for $45. It was a good time that we spent, not only with each other, but also planning out our week as well. So all of those expenses as well have been documented. So on the initial page that I had when we talked about this on that Saturday, I showed medical as $64.99. That's still the same. Home now has a separate category. I don't know if you guys can see all of this, so I'll bring it in a little bit closer. So home now has its own separate category added here for $33.03. Food, I had food at $150.06, but on Saturday I spent $63.12 in food, and then on Sunday I spent $104.09 on food. So that's where I have those written in. Entertainment, I had $73.33 that are already categorized, and then I had another $9.08. That $9.08 is what you see here for Kindle for me to purchase a book. So our book club has decided that for the month of September, instead of meeting, one of the ladies talked about the fact that she wanted to read A Long Walk. And you guys might know that there is a movie adaptation that's coming out, and it's coming out on September the 10th or September the 13th, somewhere up in there. So her plan was to read the book, The Long Walk by Stephen King, and then go and see the movie when it came out so that she can kind of compare the two to see how well the movie matches up with the book. We all thought that that was a great idea, so that's what we've decided to do. So we're going to be reading The Long Walk by Stephen King, and then on that Sunday, September the 14th, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to all meet up and go to the movies together. So I thought that was a really cool way to kind of keep things moving as far as the book club is concerned. So that's what that $9.08 is for that. For cars, between the subscription and the gas, it was $53.31. I didn't have that initially because that money was spent on Saturday. And then the me money for $26.73. That was on Saturday. So I have that written in now. Now in YNAB, we'll start to see, I'm going to change the name of the entertainment category and make it just personal. And then it'll just handle any of these types of expenses. But that's where I pulled that from. All right. So before I had $288.38 that we needed to have for Transfer Tuesday. Now let's see what I got now. Let's see which of these calculators is working. Is this one working today? Okay, it looked like it's trying to kick in a little bit. All right, so I'll come out just a tad. All right, so this is going to be $64.99 and $33.03. We got $150.06. Oh, it's fading on me, y'all. $63.12. $104.09. We have $73.33, and we have $9.08. We also have $53.31, and we have $26.73. So now the total is 500. Let's write that in. Now the total is $577.74 at least that we need to have available. So when I checked, so that's what we got. $577.74 is the amount that I should be making this Transfer Tuesday for. So now when I go over here into YNAB, let's talk about it for a minute, because that's not quite what I have showing. And I think I figured out why. So for right now, we have as the total showing $568.66. If you do the math on that, $577.74 minus $568.66, your difference is $9.08. That is the amount for the Kindle. So that still has not hit. That $9.08 still has not hit yet. I want to make this payment for the amount that it shows here. So I'm going to do $568. I'm going to do $568.66. And then what I have to remember, I'm just going to put a star by it here, is that the Kindle one that I had listed here for Sunday, this one has not cleared yet. So I need to make sure I add that to my weekly one, the next Transfer Tuesday that I'm going to do. I hope that makes sense. So the difference between the $577.74 that I came up with my total for everything and the $568.66 that they have is the $908. That means they still don't have the Kindle there yet. So I'm going to make this payment for what they show. When I say they, YNAB shows, and then I'll make sure to add that $908 in later. So we are going to be making a payment of $568.66. Let me write that down. Now let's go on over to Chase and see what we got. All right, y'all, I'm finally in. Okay, so the amount that I plan on paying is $568.66. It shows that, I hope this isn't too hard for you guys to read, but it does show that my remaining balance is $1,809.61 as far as my statement is concerned. And then my current balance is $2292.12. So I am making a payment of $568.66. So let's go to other. 568.66 is the amount. And we're going to hit done. Reminder, you have an active yada, 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 yada. So we're good. We're going to hit next. And then we are going to hit total checking. That's done. Pay today. Make the payment. And yes, we want you to pay it. So $568.66 has been paid. There you go. So we'll close that out. And we are done.